Our place is finally starting to come together. We have this beautiful sunlight here coming out of the window. We have put away a lot of our stuff. I have this sourdough starter that I have taken out here because I plan to make some bread this weekend. If I took it out of the fridge and I'll leave it in there to warm it up before I feed it. We're supposed to get a really big snowstorm tonight. I guess we're getting about 3 to 5 inches of snow, so I have to go cover the garden. I have my green stalks back here already, and we haven't had a chance of organizing any of that mess that you saw in the previous video. You saw me putting this green stalk up in here. I've turned them to that side to get to so the lettuces can get some more sun. And I have my other red green stalk up here too. I only have one cover for them, so I have got this from the green stalk website. It's actually the insect cover, not the frost cover, but I just want to make sure that they won't get snowed on. The temperatures hopefully won't drop that much. We did have a night here that was into the 20s and the lettuces woke up frozen, but now they're all fine. They actually are growing well. They're getting a lot more sun back here than they were in the front yard, but obviously they only moved a few days ago. So one thing that I didn't mention in the other video is that because we are staying in the same building, my landlord still wants us to take care of the front yard garden. He said that they're gonna get a new tenant in there in the front unit. He can obviously use the space outside because here in New York everybody kind of craves a little outdoor space. But I am going to be taking care of the raised beds, so I'm just going to be going there in the morning to do some garden maintenance, and they'll have the space to enjoy for themselves later, which is great because that means that you'll still be able to see me growing food growing in the front yard as well, and I'm just gonna have this backyard added to the mix. So with that said, I have to go to the front because things in the raised beds haven't died yet, so I am going to cover them as well with frost fabric. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them much longer, but for now, because I have the frost fabric and they already have the hoop set up on them, why not? So let's do that first because it's a little easier. In this box here, I have kept a few things for the winter. So these things here are plant supports for the green stalk. I have 3 sets of them, but one of them I'm gonna put today to sustain the cover, I think. And this here is the frost fabric I used last year. I kept it drying here. Oops, maybe not. It's a little wet in there. So I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the front. So you guys have an idea of how close my apartment is from the last one. This is our new place and this is our old place. So we were in the same hallway. We used to live here, now we live back there. So here's how the front yard looks right now without most of my things, but raised beds are staying there. A lot of the things are still growing well. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep all of this here, but for now I'm just going to cover them. Let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. You know what, I'm going to try to put this without the plant support first and see how it looks like. Really big. You know what, this is so big, I think I can put this other green stalk in there too. I'm gonna try because this one's on wheels. So this is not how it's intended to be used. The cover is supposed to have the support, but since it's so big, that will solve my problem. Look at that, it worked. Oh my gosh, I actually can't believe that worked because I had actually not used this. I bought this inside cover and then I ended up not using last season, but I'm so happy that I have it right now, and I can't believe that I can fit 2 green stalks in there without the plant support. So this is not how it's intended to be used, but I'm just doing this now to solve my problem. So right, here you go. This is going to be covered for the snowstorm tonight, and I'm going to be able to hopefully save the plants from both of them. The one that's down there on my brown green stalk, I'm just gonna let it be. There are some beets and some kale in there, and they're frost hardy, so hopefully they'll survive. But I'm happy that I can at least save 2 of them. I'm gonna go ahead and put all those plant supports away. Those are actually great for during the growing season to support the plants. That's what I use as a support for my tomato plants in there, the peppers, eggplant, and then they can also be used as a frame to put the cover. But since I don't have huge plants in there right now, I'm totally fine if they kind of get to the side, and I'm very happy that I would rather put 2 of them in there. So this won't be necessary this time, but definitely going to be using this for the growing season. This planter here, my neighbor actually left for us, and this basil is definitely dead. But this time is doing really good, even though it's been cold. I'm not gonna cover it. Let's see how it's gonna do with the snow. Even if it does get damaged, it will definitely come back next spring. Actually, I changed my mind and decided that I'm going to harvest this time here. I don't have any more dry thyme inside, and I will use it for the winter. Oh, great. I'll keep some fresh in my fridge, and then I'm gonna bundle the rest to dry. We already had a couple times we're supposed to have snow and we didn't get anything. I actually even made a video when I was still in the front yard last year saying I was preparing for our first freeze. Although it was very mild, the temperature just dropped below 30 and we had no frost. We were supposed to have a frost on Christmas, it didn't come, so this time people are thinking that it's really gonna come. It's supposed to be a lot more this time than they said before, so 3 to 6 inches. And let's see, at least the garden is all covered up, and if the frost does come, it won't damage my plants so much. Last year I was able to overwinter a lot of the lettuce, kale, and brassicas. They didn't grow much, they definitely stayed dormant, especially because they were in the front yard and I have very little sun there in the winter. But maybe with a little bit more sun here, they'll grow a little faster, I don't know. But if they stay alive and survive into the spring, that'll be super awesome, because overwintered plants tend to be very prolific. They produce a lot of green growth when the temperatures start warming in the spring. And they also go to seed, which is very good to the pollinators, have these early flowers over there when it's still really cold, so they can forage on that pollen. All right, so let's see how the garden is going to do with the storm tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.